So I want to talk about a team very quickly here.
Okay.
This is a team I expected to play a little better this year. They did give the Panthers a thumping last night, but I really hope this GM is smart enough to realize where this team really is. They've been in the news recently because he went on to, I think he was doing Nashville media or something, like a radio show or something. And David Poyle, GM of the Nashville Predator, said, not ready to save their salaries yet, but if things keep going the way they are. I think that was after they lost to the Coyotes and they got absolutely bent by the Bruins. Chase Bobrovsky out last night and they play the Minnesota Wild right now, which that screams a 4 point game to me, especially because right now they have 2 games in hand over the Wild and are 5 points behind them. And then if we also look right now, they are, if we look at this, 5 points back of the Flames with 3 games in hand. And then the Oilers are also in there. So those are the sort of main teams they need to beat. But the Oilers are 9 points ahead. You're not going to catch them. So this Wild game is actually extremely important for Nashville. Listen, I think it's time in Nashville. I think it's time to rebuild. It doesn't help that they just re-signed for the Forsberg and went and got McDonough, which I thought were both smart, great moves for them. Egg on my face there. I'm not wrong, but I think it's time in Nashville. I think we've played this game long enough.
I mean, I guess like I could agree. My question is, where on earth do you start? What are you moving and how?
Nino Niederreiter,
Okay.
Ekholm. It doesn't look like they can do a lot at the deadline. It feels like a lot of off-season surgery, to be honest, doesn't it?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
to okay, let's look who has relatively close to UFA status. Johansson has 3 years. Granlund has 3 years. Niederreiter has 2 years. Uh Ekholm is 4. McDonough is 4. You know who's going to be a UFA in 3 years? UC Saros. Listen, I'm not saying they trade UC Saros. I'm just, if you're gonna rebuild, he's gonna be 30 in 3 years, right? Like, again, just an idea.
Good thing they have a goalie in the system
Exactly.
that will help with
Exactly.
this. Would help with this
Okay,
Exactly.
rebuild.
hold on. I'm gonna
Exactly.
rewind to a conversation we had a couple weeks ago because I want to because when I said you need 2 goalies, at this point, because of the surgery that needs to be done, I think it's time to. Again, I don't like trading goaltenders, but I'm sitting here and I don't want you to waste his career like you probably did Pekka in it.
I mean, they had that finals appearance.
And what happened?
Rejuvenated the Nashville market. I don't know.
Yeah,
But I
like guys,
understand.
guys. Oh, just one thing, Dan, before I throw it back to you. The equivalent of having a jersey thrown on the ice happened in Nashville the other day against the Bruins. You guys see what happened?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
Yeah.
threw, for anyone who didn't, they threw a catfish on the ice. Normally that's for that's a fun thing, but they were getting destroyed. They threw a catfish. That's like throwing a Carrie Underwood album there. But you get it because I remember Carrie
Yeah, I got it.
because of Mike Fisher and the one. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
No, I agree. Like, yes, they're probably gonna have to rebuild. Like, they're gonna have to rebuild. The question is, to me, is how on earth do you start this? And you're not starting it this. Like, are you gonna trade Tanner Jeannot? That's the option right now.
What is he though? It's not been a great year compared to last year. Huh?
Middle six, top nine guy.
I think
But
you
I
get
kind of
something
agree.
for
Yeah,
him.
like we had our fun last year. The return of Matt Duchene and to a certain extent Ryan Johansson.
And they got destroyed by
But
the Avs.
I don't know. Maybe would they take the Kings route because they kind of have to take the LA Kings route where
Which was
you just let the because who's gonna take these contracts for this long?
So a
okay.
retool on the fly.
More of like you just play the guys, see what you can do. Maybe you'll get lucky with a second overall pick, a top 5 pick here and there, a top 10 pick. And then you retool when you think that you have the right young core and, trade strategically, I think. Like, Tyler Toffoli as an example. Because,
You get something
Niederreiter
for
after this year's 1 year.
you could give something for Niederreiter. I mean, I think that's a good player. I think a team could like him as a middle six scorer.
See, to me, like I'm looking at okay, it's gonna be a tough one to move, no doubt. But Matt Duchene has 43 points in 52 games this year. Now, gonna be a tough contract to move, 100%. Here's where the issue begins. July 1st, 2023.
Oh no.
He has a modified no trade clause where he submits
Oh,
a 7-team no trade list. So you still, which is all of Canada. Let's just be real. It's all of Canada. He's done his time here for a year and a half or whatever it was.
so sorry. Just one thing here. Remember how David Poyle's thing for years was he didn't give trade protection out to people? I think like Yossi was like an exception in that. You gave it to Duchesne?
Yeah.
Remember how hot the market was for him?
Is that how you outbidded the Canadians for him? You gave him a. What are you thinking? Thank God the Habs didn't do that. By the way.
Yeah.
Oh man. Why is he on trade protection? Why?
There's like one. Well, McDonough doesn't count. So Yossi, Forsberg, and Duchesne.
You know why? It's from desperation out of a need, right? Because remember that whole thing with Nashville before? It's like
They needed a first line center.
they need a first line center, and then they went out and it's like, okay, Cal Turris didn't work out. Okay, Ryan Johansson didn't work out. Okay, Matt Duchene didn't work out. But you still kept giving them money.
Yeah. When does Poyle lose his job? Because what ownership was saying, hey buddy, listen, maybe it's time for a new voice here.
If he decides they're not going to rebuild, my guess is he's gone within a year or two of that. That would be my guess. I don't know, because the thing is, like, and I think Daniel, you made a really good example that they're like they're going to have to go the LA Kings route, and they're set up to go in the LA Kings route contract wise too. Now, not the same. I'm just comparing them. Roman Yossi just signed an extension, and Philip Forsberg signed an extension.
Yep.
Who did the LA Kings have? Drew Doughty and Anze Kopitar. I'm not saying they're of the same quality. I'm just saying that's what they mean to the franchise. Like they're that the lengths of those contracts are 8 more years, and they're you're not moving those two. Like that's
No.
just not happening.
All right. That's everything for now. Thank you for
Okay.
listening.
Thank
I was
you,
just
guys.
I was just cleaning stuff up. Got to add Tyler Mott to the trade tracker. The one podcast trade tracker. Yeah.